I don't know if it'll come up. All right, it's live. All right. Okay. You're silly. Well, welcome to Motor City Aquatics. I messed up and put up the wrong date. So I changed the date. I don't know why I had it for the 25th, but it's supposed to be today for the 18th. No wonder it's crappy. Not just going to sit there, are you? All right. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. Wait a minute and see if we can get people in. The Vinmeister is supposed to be visiting us today, so we shall see if he stops in and go from there. Try to make a closed window. Why is this crap on? Oh, it's doing a big scan stuff. All right, get out of here. Close. Sorry. But anyways, sorry about all that. Sorry about the mix up. Like I said, I hope people come on. Oh, God, I had it scheduled for 2 weeks instead of 1 week. But here we are. Vinny knows. I just hope we'll see. It's not his fault if he doesn't show up. It's my fault for programming it wrong. So, excuse me. We shall see. Only Oscars. Hey, welcome. How are you? It's the Oscar lady. What is it? I've seen so many people giving away Oscars here in Michigan recently. I just joined probably a couple months ago this new it's an app. You know, you can go on all these different apps and stuff, and it's a fish rehoming app. And and I went on there, and a lot of people are giving away Oscars. It's really sad, but it's great for people that want to get some Oscars. They're really nice too. I would get them. Yeah, I'd get them, but hey, at least they're trying to find them homes and stuff. That's pretty cool. I respect that. I enjoy that a lot. So there was actually somebody on today on there today giving away mollies. They said that all black too. It's hard to come by really nice. Usually they're all mixed up. They had I think 18 or something. They said the person that gave them some mollies gave them like I don't know, 40 or something. They put them in their tank, and the ones they had were too much. And I was thinking about it, but I don't know. In the one tank I have plecos and shrimp, so I surely don't want to put mollies in there. They'll gobble everything up. And then this one I have CPDs, and I like to put really young CPDs in there. Hold on, I gotta switch my water. We're doing top offs during the live stream tonight, because as it says, how many water changes do you do, and what percentage do you do? I don't do water change, not in the shrimp tanks. Shrimp tanks, I don't do water changes at all. I just top it off. Because I check them and everything's good. So, the only way you lose your minerals is if you change water. So I'm not changing water. The water evaporates. You don't lose minerals when it evaporates. And, they're shrimp. So it's not like they're fish that I'm putting in a lot of water. Now, this tank up here, I do a water change on this I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, probably every 2 to 3 weeks, and the pleco tank once a week. Because plecos and boy, something's wrong with this camera. I wonder if I should try to put it on the other side. I'm starting to get a line, or it's taking a dump. And if it's taking a dump, that's good. It seems like I'm blotchy. See that line right there? I don't know. It seems like it's I wonder if I dropped it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, when I move, yeah, see, it's jumpy. Oh, hold on. Hold on, it might be. You know what? I bet it is. I wonder if it's the. Hold on a sec. Once a month by 10%. No line. Oh, you don't have a line? All right. Well, it's. Here's the thing: is I've had this camera forever. I've been looking for a new camera. All right, hold on. Take autofocus off. Oh, autofocus. No, we need it on. Let's go down to 50 hertz and see what that does. I have this camera, but oh, there it is. It's still there. It's choppy on my side, and I didn't know if it was the plug or what. But I'm in the process, or what do you call it? I'm in the market for a new camera. But let me see. Oops. Hold on. Audio. No, I need camera. Oh, no, I don't want to go there. Sorry. Well, what it is I'm using the different line. I think what it is I'm allowing Logitech and StreamYard. Logitech's using it in the background. So I think that's what it is. Well, at least that's because it's a better picture because I'm using Logitech. And I usually don't do that. I usually go the other way and punch up the camera a different way. And StreamYard has full control over it. I can't zoom in, zoom out. I can't make myself look better. Nothing at all. So I wanted to. I've been looking, but they're expensive. But here's the thing: is this is just old. I've dropped it a couple times, but it's old. And it seems like, am I laggy? Seems like I might be a little laggy over here, but I have really high internet. I didn't even check I haven't done a Wi-Fi test in a long time, but I don't think I can do it. I can't do it now. It'd be cool if I could do it now, but yeah, that's not happening. I had a lot of problems. I overfeed. Water changes are needed. I've been looking for a new setup. Haven't found one. That's right price. Yeah, it's I shop so much on Facebook Marketplace. So it's like that's like my outside my family. It's my third brother. I should say fourth brother. Excuse me, my wife got me a pop. Says McDonald's. Oh, she got it from McDonald's, but she got my food from Taco Bell. So we splurged today, but it's a good place out. Yeah, it's here's the thing is like there's a camera at Best Buy that's like $199 or something, but now it's on sale and it's a clearance, so they're $49.99. Well, when I look it up, I don't know anything about this computer stuff. I just want a camera that'll make me look like I'm real, And so when you watch a million reviews and, no one talks bad about the Logitechs, they really don't at all because, they've been around for a long time. But see, this microphone is an Elgato microphone. So I didn't know anything about microphones when I went to Best Buy. I had gotten the one. I didn't like the shape of it. Close to my face, it looked kind of weird. And the other ones were real expensive. I can't remember how much this one, but this is the Elgato Wave 3. And I think it's still a couple $100. But it's done me great. Well, the camera that Elgato makes, there's two of them. It doesn't go it doesn't go 10 or it only goes to 1080p. It doesn't go to 4K, but do you really need 4K? But the thing is I would like something that has the choices to go there, because let's say I want to take a picture for a screenshot or something. Well, it'd be cool if I could take it in 4K and then put it up. But it's just not always like that. So, I mean, the ones that don't go there, then I'm kind of screwed. Because, you know, I can only take it in 1080p. So, so that's it, you know. So I don't know. Then the other one Elgato has is $200. I don't want to spend $200 on a camera. I mean, I'm coming back every week streaming, which is great, but just right now, it's, you know, I have to start selling plecos and CPDs more. My thing is I just don't push like I used to. You know, I don't, you know, I try to get it out there, let everybody know that we breed the longfin super red bristlenose plecos and CPDs, and then have higher end shrimp, but it's it's just not something. And then for some reason, literally no one's getting my notifications um on YouTube. I have no idea why, no clue why. No one's getting them. I go on here, it's like I get 1 or 2 people a week, and it's like and then after everyone's messaging me saying, "Hey, we didn't even get your live stream. Didn't even know you were going live." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so, you know, that's it's just a bunch of crap. So I don't know, you know, it's probably because, you know, I wasn't on here much because I was working so much, try to get everything going. And then, you know, there's a lot that's been going on around here. None of it's negative, but it keeps me from coming on here every week. My mother lived here with us for over 4 years. And you know, leaving her home alone. She has dementia, and it started to get to a point where it started to be scary. Well, she fell, fractured her hip. And so we decided that she needed to be someplace where they could watch her, you know, where she'd have more friends and stuff. So I took her to another state where she grew up. Well, actually, where her mother's buried. And you know, she's fallen, broke her shoulder, then she fell and broke her pelvis. Now she's in a therapy place getting therapy, and you know, it's super expensive. And you know, so, but all of it's positive, none of it's negative. It's just, it's been a very busy summer. So for me to drive one way, it's 5 hours to drive one way, and I have to pay for hotels or bed and breakfast. So we try to make a vacation out of it, and then we drive back. And you know, so I'm gonna have to go there within a few days, because the place she was living in, now she's not going to live there no more, you know, because she's going to be in therapy for probably like 4 or 5 months at like $8,000 a month. So I have to go get her stuff out of this place. And, you know, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. But like, again, I say none of it's negative, but it kept me from being on here all summer. And so I don't know if YouTube's not putting me up because of that, or there's something wrong with something. I don't know. Because, you know, everything I'm watching, it's talking about, you know, we're changing this, algorithms are different, you know. So you know, if I say, you know, a bazillion different names of people's streams, it's not going to help. Remember, like, the people would come on and say, "Oh yeah, you know, just name off a whole bunch of people's, you know, big streams, you know, like Lucas Bretts and all this and that," and the algorithm would catch the names and try to send people now more toward that stuff. You know, algorithms played a big deal. I think they still do, but not as much as they used to. You know, because you see these guys, they're doing one stream and they're going, you know, they'll do, you know, 1.2 million views, you know, on one stream. So there's a bunch of stuff out there they're figuring out. So I just hope it changes and I start getting more people back again, because you know, I'll be here every week. It don't matter if there's one person or 10 people. I'll be here every week till it starts working and right again. So buying is limited. But here's the thing. It's close to Christmas, but it's the best time to buy on Facebook Marketplace, because everyone wants to treat themselves to something new. So you know, it's the best time to look, and people want to dump stuff. What did I just buy? Or no, I sold. I actually sold something yesterday. A guy and his dad came over. Well, a kid and his dad came over yesterday. I guess they're in the construction business. They're not a union guy like me, but I sold them some stuff, and I gave them a number to get them signed up for the union. Because they couldn't even. They really don't have the understanding of what it's about. They don't speak English really well and stuff. So I hooked them up with that. But yeah, buying and selling right now it's the best time, because everyone wants to buy. My wife sells those Funko Pops really good right now. The real expensive ones are going, but it's you can find stuff cheap out there, right? I think the camera I have right here, I think I could find them for like between 20 and $50. And I've owned that camera there since I think right after we started this channel. It's got to be 4 years now. And the thing still, I think it makes it look pretty good. So, yeah, I have long fin bristle nose super reds. I bought them from what's their face? Hold on. I think they even sent me a let me look on my I'm not looking on here not to pay attention. They send me emails. Hold on. Let me look in my other thing. Aquatic Arts. That's it. Aquatic Arts sends me or I bought them. They were $32 a piece from Aquatic Arts. But then I bought they were on sale. Because the year, they have their sales. Well, anyways, I think they're $16 or something. And I remember, was it when I went to Aquashella, I won a $100 gift card from them guys. And from actually the girl who used to work for LRB, she gave it to me. So I think that's what I used to that, or I bought my shell dwellers with it from them. I can't remember, but anyways, we bought them. Me and my wife decided to get them because I don't know. I have a thing with plecos. But these guys are finicky. I tried to grow them without the parents. They don't do so well. So I leave the parents in there and they just have batch after batch after batch. Now I don't charge $32 because I know shipping's up there, but if I can move them faster, selling them, for $25 or whatever, $20, I'd rather do that so I can move them faster and people can get them. And that's just how it is. I'm going to do to electric bill and I have solar. I don't think camera has an issue with your electric bill. If you have solar, oh yeah, you can run off you could do it off everything I read, the solar, charge your house, you run it the whole day. As far as I know, I was thinking about getting it, but they say you don't need any money down. You don't have to pay anything. No, it's because when they put the solar on your house, then they shut the electricity off, right? So DT or whatever, you're not pumping anymore, right? Okay, that's fine and dandy. But what they don't say when they put that video on is, let's say the solar panels cost $40,000. They got to put that big box in your house and, to control everything and the batteries and all that, and then mount it to your roof. And to me, it's not cool because, you got to change your shingles on your house like every 10, 15 years, unless you get lifetime. But, if you don't, let's say you need to get your shingles changed. Now what? Your roof's covered in frickin', solar panels. So it's like, what do you do? So, I mean, it's a good idea, but I was thinking if I got it done, I'd have them cover my garage. I don't want them on my house. I think it's gaudy looking. It looks trashy, but it's way, way good solars, I'd love not to, but that's the thing. Okay, they say you don't have to pay DT anymore. You just have to pay us. All right, well, it's rob Peter to pay Paul. I mean, I understand, but then they're like, well, when you're done paying the solar panels off, you don't pay anything, and then your electric's free, and you could sell it back to the electric company. They make it sound really good, but I don't think it's so good. All right, restart. Next tank. Shoot. But I still have to pay tier 1. I have the lifetime roof. Okay, nice. Oh yeah, lifetime roof's expensive. I remember when my father got that put on the house I grew up in. I think it was they wanted like $20,000 to do the house and the garage, and that was tear off too. Tear off, they get rid of it. I think the garage had 3 layers on it, because in Michigan you can go up to 3 layers, then you have to, do tear off. And people do, they'll leave it on there for insulation and stuff, to help with insulation. I mean, a garage doesn't have any, so keep it warmer in the wintertime, help melt off and stuff. But yeah, so they go 3. And then, tear off. Well, the guy across the street from my parents' house, he owned his own. He was a small time, kind of like a nobody business guy. And he owned a roofing company. And he approached my father and said, hey, I'll do your roof. And he said, well, I got so-and-so doing it. And they said, well, I'll do it for this much. So they actually charged him 10,000, told him, hey, give us 10 grand and just put our sign on your front lawn. So he has to look at it every day, and, we'll do it for 10 grand. So he got half off for that. Came with the house. Yeah. So see, I sold my parents' house, so it had the lifetime roof on it, and it rolled over to the new owners too. So yeah. What is tier 1? Is that DTE? But yeah, on the tank things, yeah, just to get back to that, I don't do anything shrimp tanks. I used to. Here's the thing, and I'm not saying it, like I said, I try to teach everybody everything that I learn and stuff, but I have huge shrimp reproduction, and I don't do water changes. This tank right here with all these red shrimp in it, I mean, there's so many babies that they won't stop breeding. All my tanks do good. A couple of them are slow, but that's a lot. I see a lot of videos where people say, well, how many shrimp can you get in 30 days? And I try to make videos and tell people, hey, you might go 4 months and not get shrimp babies. It depends. It depends. It's like almost everything, animals, no matter what they are, they need the right environment to breed. So it's temperature, pressure, uh, water parameters, everything's, excuse me, everything's a big deal. And it's not, you can't just throw shrimp in a tank, a brand new tank, and expect them to go crazy. When I first got into shrimp, I didn't do too bad, but it was just with Neocaridina. I mean, I have so many Neocaridina now, both 60 gallons. This is the new 13.5 fluval that a couple weeks ago that I got. I already have it up and running. All I did was clean out. I put vinegar in here with water. I let it sit for a week, I think it was. I drained it, and then I filled it up with water out of the CPD tank up here. I squeezed a few sponge filters in here, and I put some moss in here and stuff. And so, all the bacteria is in here. It's growing really good. And so now I got about probably 20 freshly hatched, and I probably put another 55 to 60 eggs in here. And all I do is run the bubbler right here. It does have the pump, it's an all-in-one, but if I ran the pump, it would kill them. You can't run the pump with the babies. Now the tank over here, the 10 gallon I have right over here that I started doing it in, that's all I have in there too, is a little fizzer. And it, because these are things I had to learn, it's like I don't know if it's such a huge deal if the water skims and muck grows on top of the water, but I don't like that because then the oxygen and stuff, can't break through and everything. So I believe in the no filtration needed, I really do. But the one thing that, that I don't agree with is the bacteria, on top of the water, if the water's not moving, because it's not the oxygenation, the gas off isn't there the way I see it. So I don't know how many times I've tried the LRB method and Fish Family, what up? And it worked. I mean, I tried it many a times and it works. I mean, I'm doing it in a couple tanks right now. But the thing is, I just have the air bubblers and I have that in there just to keep the surface. Because here's the other thing. When I go to feed, I feed this stuff to my hatch, my fish fry. I don't really show this much, but I have a fry food and it's a micro food. Well, if I just sprinkle this on top, it just sits in that algae or bacteria, whatever it is. Biofilm, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm sorry. The biofilm, it just sits there. Now, if these fish don't go up and pick at it, it doesn't get in the water column, and you want this stuff to get in the water column so you can eat it. I mean, if they go up and just sit, pick at it, cool, but they're like brand new fry. I mean, they don't know what the frick to do, so you want it to, when they're just scooting around, they just flick around there, you want it to go, oh, wow, here's something that smells good, and they eat it, so that's probably the only thing I think an air bubbler would be good for. I mean, other than just no filter. I mean, I do the sponge filters on this just to keep the top of the water broke up. I even went with a less powerful air pump. I traded my air pump to my buddy, and this is a 40, but it's a big 40, but it has a speed control on it. So I turn it all the way down, and I'm still pumping 3, 6. Well, that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tanks. And I don't have an air line just running down, bleeding off air. The other one I had to because it was getting too hot and I had too much. But that would be the only thing because, you need the oxygen, you need the gas about thing, just like the salt water. I mean, you got salt, if you have salt water, I don't know how many stories I read. And like no one tells you, even at the store, but people's stuff started to get sick and all this. And that. Even the bigwig guys on YouTube, the reef guys, the big reef guys, they'll be saying, something, they have problems with their tanks or something. Then they ask them, they break it all. Okay, tell us what you got. This, that. Oh, did you say you have lids? Yeah, we'll take the lids off. Because it's something with the oxygenation and the gas discharge stuff and salt water. So that's why I asked a couple people, I said, how much water do you put in your saltwater tank? This is ridiculous. I got to put at least probably, I don't even know, probably a gallon a week easily. And I'm like, oh my God. And every single person I talk to laughs and they say the same thing. They say, we put so much water in our tank. I think my buddy at a store, he's got a 300-gallon cube. He's got multiple 300-gallon cubes. They're like, like showpiece tanks. They're really cool. They're square, cubed. I think maybe 4 foot by 4 foot or bigger. Could be 5 foot by 5 foot by however much tall. But, yeah. Oh, he said, and then the one that's just his coral rack, the big, huge tank with all of his corals and stuff in it. Oh, yeah. He says something about it. He has to put like 2 gallons a day in it or something. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's crazy. But these bleed off. I don't know. I probably top these off once a month. I think once a month. The freshwater seems to deplete way faster. Like the Uh, uh, all right, little more over there, little more. God, it's not another 10 minutes, but what are those? Sulawesi's. That Sulawesi tank goes quick because it's got a heater in it. So I'm putting probably a gallon every 2 weeks, and that sucker, boy, she depletes quick. And that's another one I wasn't paying attention to notice the TDS had gone up so high. So the other day, I did a 50% water change. Excuse me. And I did, well, first, before I checked the TDS, I did a 50% water change because I've been keeping them in just tap water. For the past year, I just keep them in tap water. So I did a 50% water change. Then I decided to check the TDS in my tanks. And I checked that one. It was through the roof. Well, they like it hard, but not crazy sick hard. So in the same day, I took another 2 gallons. No, maybe a gallon and a half out. Or no, it was probably another 2 gallons. I put a gallon of remineralized water in with Sulawesi water or Sulawesi salt. I'm sorry. And then I put in a gallon of just pure RO. And it dropped it down, I think about 35% or 35 TDS. So I went from whatever it was, something 75 to 40, something 40. So I think it might have been 275 to 240. That's what it was. So probably tomorrow I'll do another, or I'll test it here in a minute. I'll just top it off with RO and just bring it down because they're supposed to be around 180. But the thing is, that's just, it. And here's another thing that it comes down to is just like salt water, just like with discus, everything, because you watch all these guys that sell discus and this and that. And if you watch the right ones and listen to what they say, it always comes down to stability. It's how stable your water is, just like heat in a saltwater tank. If it's a warm, if you have a warm summer and your tank's in an area that you don't need a heater, don't need a heater. If it stays around 72, 74, you'll be good. You don't have to run the heater. But what'll hurt the stuff in the tank is if it goes up and down, up and down. That's what it'll kill stuff. Well, same thing with the shrimp and fish and everything else that I have. You see these people that do this stuff, and you're like, how in the heck do they do this? Well, because over time, the stuff in the tanks change. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like one day it's 76 in there and then the next day it's 62 because they just shut everything down. That'll kill everything. But over months, I didn't just decide to stop giving my Sulawesi, the Sulawesi remineralized salt. I just, weaned it off. And instead of, every time doing a water change, let's say with 2 gallons with it, I would do a gallon with it and then put a gallon of tap water in it. And then after a while, I just said, all right, now I'm just going to go straight to tap water. So they're just in tap water. But my tap water is, and then another thing is the tank already had the salt in it. It's plenty hard enough because, it's crushed coral for a substrate. So I tested it the other day. Everything is plenty good. It's just, it comes down to, what they were in when you got them and what you're putting them in. So like they say, whoever you buy your stuff out from, find out what their water parameters are, put them in those water parameters or as close to as you can, and then switch them to your water parameters over, months. Just don't do it, overnight. It's kind of like, how they breed in other countries, like guppies and stuff. They don't breed guppies in pure, just tap water because it's expensive. So they use salt water from the ocean and regular water, and they break it down. So that's why a lot of times you go to pet stores and they get guppies and they die. And they die fast because they put them straight in the tap water. And so they go from this mixed water and then they go in your tank in regular tap water and they die because they're not used to it. Now, if you would have added salt to your tank, you do better. Here's the other thing I just learned the other day. I went to my buddy's store and he had a saltwater tank that was trashed. I went in there the other day and it looks like he just set, like he scrubbed it down like 2 weeks ago. I said, dude, what'd you do to this tank? And I look and there's freaking mollies swimming in there. I said, what are you going to do? Kill these fish? And he's like, no. I said, what are you doing? He said, mollies eat algae, flatworms, all that stuff. I said, what? And he said, yeah. I said, but they're in saltwater. He said, they're brackish. Who knew? I didn't know mollies were brackish. And a couple of his customers were in there and they said, yeah, after we seen them doing that, we went home and threw mollies in our tank and they ate all that stuff out of there. It's the things that people don't tell you, man. It's the, you go in the stores, hey, buy this, buy that. It'll kill algae. Buy this, it'll kill algae. No, give me, some mollies for 99 cents a piece and I'll throw them in my saltwater tank. It's crazy, the things that you learn. So there you go. You're hearing it from me. If you haven't heard it before, put mollies in a saltwater tank. They eat flatworms and they eat algae, the hair algae, not blackbeard algae, but the hair algae. Because I have a blenia, like a star-spotted blenia or whatever it is in my tank, so he'll eat it. And, he does a great job, and he's super cool looking. But, he wasn't $2. I could have got a bunch of mollies I probably could have got 10 mollies for what I paid for him. But, no, but yeah, you're hearing it here. If you want something to clean your saltwater tank really good, buy you some mollies. Hold on, I gotta switch. Oh, and for those who don't know, I'll show you. I fill up my tanks with this 1/4 inch, like a refrigerator hose. And then I just have an on and off valve here. It clicks on. This is just like the stuff for your RO. And you can get this 1/4 inch line at Home Depot. It's super cheap. I don't know. I think I bought maybe 80 feet because I have it run from way over there all along the ceiling, all the way over to this corner here. And I roll it up in the ceiling when I'm done. But then I just unroll it and it reaches all my tanks. It reached every tank I had in my basement. But that's all I do. And it's never turned black on me. It's never molded on me because when I roll it up, I open it up and it backfills and goes all the way back into the can where I pump it from all the way in the laundry room. So I fill them. I got everything pumped in from the lines. I have a pump. So the water goes into the pump and it pressurizes it stronger and pushes it through the membranes in there in my RO. So it comes out faster. So it's not a 4-to-1. It's it's like a 4-to-4. So, whatever. So like every 5 gallons of wastewater, I get 5 gallons of RO water. It used to be every 5 gallons of wastewater, I'd get a gallon of RO water. So I bought the pump to pressurize it better. And now it's like a half and half. So I just move this tank to tank, open it up, and it trickles in at a good, because I have a pretty strong pump in there. And I just go tank to tank and fill them about an inch from about a half inch from the black. And that's it. That's it. And the clips I use, I don't buy. I try to buy everything. If you guys got a Dollar General by you, I told this, I don't know how many, couple years ago, but I buy these plastic clips and look at the center of it. It's got a plastic holder on it. And guess what? The airline goes right in it. And I think you can get like 10 of them for, I don't know, $1. So I'll clip it on a tank, drop the hose in, and then I run the other hose in, if I'm doing top offs or something, and I just need to do a tank, I just top it off and run it in a tank. Then when I'm done, I just pull it off and then I hang them up to dry. But I don't buy anything. Except stuff that I have to, but little stuff like that, I try to source it out, everything to a dollar store. if you went to a dollar store and you had an hour's worth of time just to walk through and go, what could I do with that? What could I do with that? What could I do with that? You'd probably, be able to replace so much stuff in your in your stuff, because you don't have to go to the store and buy the expensive stuff no more. So it really helps out really well. So check it out. Vibes Aquatics, welcome. Yeah, see, now people are coming in. Oh, there's the wifey. Yeah, it's well, like I said, I screwed up and I put the wrong date. So try to fix that next time. I set this up because Vinny was supposed to come in, but I don't know where that cat's at. So for all I know, he's doing something himself, because he was going to do a stream tonight. And I said, on your stream, or you want to come over and do mine? I said, because I started doing it. And he said, oh, no, I'll come over on yours. Okay. He must have other things that he's doing. So it's all right. We still miss him over here. I've seen Oscars in saltwater. That'd be cool to see. Hair algae feels weird. Yeah, it's the tufts. Tufts. It's even hard to get off. Like for the longest time when we started that saltwater tank, we liked looking at it so much we had the lights on for a long time. And we'd just sit in front of it, watch all the living stuff move, and we would feed it and everything. It was real cool. And then all of a sudden, just overnight, it seemed like it was overnight. It went from a spotless tank to woof. It looked like Amazon jungle. There was so much green in there. It's like you were in the top of the trees and all you could see was leaves, because you couldn't see a thing. Solid algae. And so we got a light, because it started out, it seemed like there was like algae blooms in the water, and I was like, I don't know why this would be happening. And just like with feeding, you never realize how much you're feeding until it's too late. And either you're having bad issues with your tank, things are dying, things are sick, your water's whacked out, that you just don't know. And then you realize that you're feeding too much. And it's one of the hardest things to stop, 'cause it's so funny because, if you think about it, a shrimp's stomach is like the size of a pinhead, like a needle. When you go to the store to buy some clothes, and there's, they have a needle in there holding the cardboard form in there for the collar or something. It's super, super small, and you figure if you drop one little piece of food in there and you have 10 shrimp, I mean, you have to, if you took a pencil eraser and cut it into fours, in the quarters, and you drop that in for 10 shrimp, that'd probably be too much still. So that's why, I don't want to say it, having snails is a good thing, but having snails is a bad thing. So don't get snails in your shrimp tanks. Learn how to feed. Excuse me, my allergies have been really bad this week. Snails are really bad in shrimp tanks. Really bad in shrimp tanks. If I didn't say that and you didn't hear it, they are really, really bad in shrimp tanks. The only way they're not really bad in shrimp tanks is if you do water changes. That's it. If you do water changes. If you do water changes, you'll be all right. But I remember when I started water changes, I wasn't doing them, I'd only do them, whenever. And I would have let's say I'd have 70, 80 shrimp in a tank. And these aren't bought, I didn't import them. It'd be like this tank here. I got 70 shrimp. I got just on the glass. I'm going to count one side on the glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 22 just on the right side glass. I don't even know if you guys would be able to see it. Shrimps are small. But in this tank right here, just on that, the right side, there's 22 shrimp on this glass right here. They're feeding because I filled the tank up, and the stuff that was there from the old algae, starts to soften up, and they love it. But so there's 22 shrimp right there, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing great. That's just 22 there. And then you got another 22 on the other glass. And then the sponges are covered. Then they're all over the substrate. So you're talking there's probably, let's just say a 60, easy 60. But that's 22, little young shrimps and shrimplets. And, the front right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the front glass, all up at the top water. So 22 and 8, that's 30 shrimp just on 2 walls. You're like, wow, that's great. Then let's see you come down in 2 days, and you're like, there's no shrimp on the glass no more. Did they eat all the algae? No, they couldn't have, No. And then you look on the bottom, and you don't see the shrimp coming around. You're like, what's going on? And then a few days later, you'll see a dead one. And then it'll have like that pinkish red head to it or whatever. You'll be like, what's going on? Well, what I never knew back then either, and somebody brought to my attention, was they said, do you have ram's horn snails? I said, yeah, I have ram's horn snails. And they said, are there any shells in the tank? I was like, yeah, there's a lot of empty shells, like they died because, you get so many snails. And then if there's not enough food for them, then they start to die off. And he said, well, that's why your shrimp are dying, because you have dead snails in there and they're killing your colony. I never thought about that. I never thought that I have to sit here and change my water constantly to keep up with snails that are dying. But when you think about it, it's supposed to be a shrimp tank. It's not supposed to be a shrimp tank and a snail tank and this tank and that tank unless you make it that way. If it's a shrimp tank, then it's a shrimp tank. You're not feeding shrimp, or should I say, you're not feeding snails to feed shrimp. But if you have that many snails, then the snails are getting the food and the shrimp aren't even getting it. So anyways, to shorten the story, I just got almost out of all these tanks, I think 1 tank has a snail in it, maybe 2. I don't care what anybody says, but that's the thing. It's different. I don't do water changes, so I don't keep snails. Not even 1 snail. 1 snail, if it's big enough, it could wipe out a whole colony of shrimp. And, when I got into shrimp, and I know people still go through this crap, and they look and go, oh my God, my shrimp are dying. What's the problem? Then they go, it could be, they have a parasite. You got to buy this stuff, or it's got this, and you got to buy this stuff. Oh, they have an infection. Use, what was that one stuff that you put, the powder? Gosh, I can't think of it. But put this in, and I was doing all that because I didn't know, and I'm like, God, this just seems crazy that I have to give these little crustaceans that, they're bigger family members in the ocean. They don't get this stuff. They don't get medicine. So, what am I doing? And that guy, somebody said, hey, it's your snails. I was like, no, it's not. They say snails are good. Yeah, if you have a tank that doesn't have certain things in it that can be, that can suffer from their death, and in such a small canister too. If you have a 10-gallon or less and you have snails, I mean, it's not now. I think in that pleco tank over there, I have a couple. I stay on top of them, and if I start to get a few growing, I'll take them to the pet store. But they're ram's horns, and I have shrimp in there, but it's I didn't make it to be a shrimp tank. I made it to be a pleco tank. So they help eat because I feed heavy green beans. One more time. Oh, and yes, I said it. I feed my shrimp green beans. Oh my God, green beans. Coral Works, what's happening? Welcome. Green beans. Who would put green beans in their shrimp tank? That is just blasphemy. That is like, who would do that? Oh my God. That's like putting unleaded gas in a car that says only give it premium. Oh my God, who feeds their shrimp green beans? That's just the craziest thing I ever heard. Do green beans grow in little rivers and stuff for shrimp to eat? Oh my God. Why would you do such a dumb thing? How many times have you heard that? I could say the biggest name on here who says that and who has said it. And I've heard it, I don't know how many times. I don't know how many people say it. But French cut green beans is everyone's best friend, especially fish, Oscars, and silver dollars, anything that destroys plants. They love that stuff. Feed them green beans, they'll fatten up like pumpkins on Halloween, boy. But here's the thing. Yeah, green beans don't grow in a river or a stream, a stream for shrimps. But that don't mean it won't eat it. Look, cows don't grow. I can't plant something and grow a cow. Fish don't grow, on land. We have to go get them and get it. So shrimp can't grow green beans, but that don't mean they won't eat it. Look, they eat the stuff they eat, broken down leaves, decaying stuff. Doesn't mean that, look, if you put it in there, they don't like it, don't feed it. But let me ask you this. All this stuff that people say, feed your shrimp, it's good. It's shrimp food. They even slap a name on it for shrimp food. Well, where the hell you get that from? Was it in a stream? Did it grow in the stream next to the shrimp? I mean, it's just a question. Oh, but you're going to charge me, $50 for, 15 leaves, from over there. What are they? Kadapa leaves or whatever. I can't think of those leaves. But okay, soak them, drop them to the bottom. I understand that. But I sell mulberry leaf powder. I've never seen shrimp attack something except green beans. If you take a mulberry leaf out of a tree and you boil it, simmer, just soften it up and drop it in the tank, they will attack it like it's crack cocaine. I don't care what kind of shrimp you have, they will attack it like it's crack cocaine. So I go through the long process, grind it up, hook it up, get it all set, and then I sell it as a powder. And you drop that in there and they just go nuts over it. I don't know, I was shown this years ago by an Asian friend of mine. He would just go strip leaves and put them in a trash bag and just leave them like in his garage. Let them dry out. Just leave them there for months and let them dry out. Leave the bag open, so let them dry out. And he'd get a leaf, go in there and just chuck it in the top, let it float around. And that was it. You just let it get soft, but man, they just attack it. Hold on, I got to switch again. Excuse me. Yeah, catappa leaves. But I used to sell them too. But when the COVID thing and everything, I used to order them from Germany. I was getting really high end leaves, and then they couldn't ship through anymore. So my leaves had to go from Germany, like all the way around this big, huge trip, all these different countries to come into the US. And then, it was crazy. And they didn't charge me extra for it because I ordered from them, and so much. They're a great, great, great company. But, that's what I'm saying. Before COVID, I was, I got a lot of products. I did, I sold a lot, hooked everybody up. And then when COVID started, I felt so bad. I mean, I even stopped asking people if they needed side work done, carpentry done. I just felt bad that, things were going so bad. How am I going to ask somebody if they want to spend $10,000 on repairing, putting in a new bathroom if they're worried that, their kid could die or they could die from catching COVID? So, that's why my channel and everything, I backed up and everything. But now, everything's good. And, COVID can stick it where the sun don't shine. I ain't afraid of it no more. And so we're back at it. But, our main things today are longfin, super red bristlenose plecos and celestial pearl danios. Just because I don't know. I've had them all from discus to, you name it. Just beautiful, beautiful fish. And I've always been a nano lover. I like what are those? I can't believe I can't think of it. The little orange ones with the blue eyes and the really nice fins. But anyways, there's a lot, but the CPDs remind me of little trout. And growing up in the mountains of Pennsylvania every summer of my life, I went trout fishing all the time. So when I see the little CPD growing up and all the spots and all the colors and how beautiful they are, there's a lot of fish that are beautiful, but not a lot of fish have spots, and a design. They usually have colors, pseudomagills. That's what hey, Tropic, what up? Pseudomagills. That's the nano fish that I'm talking about. Those are the other ones that I love. There's like one or two pseudomagills that carry a spot, but the CPDs, I hold a place in my heart because of what they look like. They remind me of, my childhood and stuff like that. So that I just have a spot for them. And if you see this right here, it's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to have to fix it right now. See it right there? That's the plastic ring that's in my breeding cup that lets the eggs fall through. Yeah, it's floating. So give me 2 seconds. You want to sit and laugh? Watch me grab this. Now I got to stick the moss back in the cup. There's the cups over there. And it's the back cup. What's this crap? I thought I had what in the Sam hell did I do? I don't know. Oh, it's right next to me. Another thing, if you guys don't have fish tank towels, you guys got to find towels within your towels that you don't use. And instead of throwing them away or using them for oil changes, you always got to have fish tank towels. Just because that way, they don't get mixed in with crap. They don't have soaps going on them, all sorts of stuff. Another thing, how I sieve my stuff, coffee filter. The microns in that are so fine, you have to shake it just to get the water to start going through it. So if you have anything, baby brine shrimp, like I have here in my Fiji bottle, I got to start a new hookup today. The last of them are in this cup right here. I got to sift those out. Oops. I got to sift them out and get the last bits, feed those. And this one here, I'm going to start tonight. It'll take about 2 days. But yeah, see, this is that plastic, like that sewing stuff. I get it at Michael's, but I cut it and I put it in the cup and I put the stuff on it. And every once in a while, it floats up on me. I used to have other marbles. See, there it goes again. God damn it. Son of a bitch. There we go. All right. And the thing is I don't like messing with it because, I mean, I get probably out of 2 cups, I get 40 to 50 eggs a day. So sorry about that. I just have I have an issue with my tanks being messed up. Oh shoot, that's got a ways to go. That one was real low, and then the one after that's real low too. They're probably, I don't know, 3-4 inches from the top. So Pseudomagil, yep, Luminatus. Yeah, I love Pseudomagils, man. They're so cool. Pseudomagils and CPDs are probably my favorites. I don't think there's any prettier of a nano fish. Now I'm sure there's a ton out there, but I'm saying, well, no, rice fish. Rice fish are cute. The blue rice fish. That one dude I used to, he's got beautiful, really good ones. The guy in Hawaii, the dude in Hawaii that I used to talk to a lot. Gosh, I can't remember. Ever since, the COVID thing, I just fell off. Just fell off. Sucks. But yeah, so yeah, there was a lot, but those are my favorite. The CPDs, Pseudomagills, and rice fish. Yeah, I'll put rice fish in there. And rice fish are also what are they? They're those they're in the family of those what is it? The fish that LRB always talks about, making sure that people breed them because they really can't find them anymore. What are them real bee gobies? Yeah, gobies are cool. Bubble, clown, killifish, clown, killifish. Spread the word. Tell your followers. Thank you, wife. Yeah, what is this? Clown killifish. Oh, yeah, killifish. Yeah. Yep, killifish. Yeah, that's what it is. They're in that same family. Killifish. Yeah, yep. Oh, and what's the ones that I had? They have blue ones and red ones. Red. They're real small like that too. They're like oh god. It starts with a B. Is it a B? I had the blue ones. They said they were some of the harder ones to get. The blue ones. Oh darn it. Oh god, I can't think of it. Rocket killies. Yeah, killifish are cool. Bee gobies are cool. But I'm just saying the itty bitty fish that are cute like that, that's what I like. But there's a ton out there. That's what I'm saying. If you got 80 fish, you have to, I mean, you got to break it down to like 3 to 5. You can't just say I like 60. You can't. Huh? I'm pumping it. Yeah. She has to watch after me all the time because I overflowed water again the other day, trying to run RO water into a 5-gallon bucket. Okay, you don't have to sit there and watch me. She makes me nervous when she sits and watches me. Well, okay, you'll do that. So I was pumping it in there, and I think I went to take a shower or something. I went to do something and forgot to set the alarm. And I came down here, I don't know, because it doesn't pump out fast. That's why I try to tell everybody, when you fill up your shrimp tanks, you don't want to do it fast. Well, this pump I have pumping through this 1/4-inch hose, it goes in real slow. And I've been doing it for years. And I came down and I was like, what is that goddamn sound? And I heard this like peeing sound. And what it was the water rolling over the top of the bucket onto the carpet. But I have a floor drain here, so it was rolling down the carpet and then pooling over here, going through the cracks. And I hurried up and lifted it up. It wasn't bad, and we got a carpet, steamer vacuum thing. It sucks all the water up, so I sucked it up, put a fan out. But I haven't done it in a long time, like I am now. I'm setting my alarm, so every 10 minutes, if I'm sitting here talking, running my mouth, and I lose track of what I'm doing, because I do that all the time. I'm so airheaded, I lose it all the time. it's just my brain goes a million different things. I'll be sitting here talking and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do later. I'm doing all this work in the basement, finishing up the walls. Not these are drywall. These will be probably painted. I mean, they're good, but we have a lot of marks and stuff scussed from the computer. And ever since Luke was a baby, he put his feet all over the wall on the computer. So she cleaned it up, but it just needs touch up. I got a 5-gallon bucket of touch up, but all these walls are wrapped in tile sheeting, like real tile you put in your base or in your bathrooms. Well, these are whole sheets for a bathroom shower. Well, they're massive, and a company bought them. They bought 3 cases of them. They were $15,000 a piece, and they only needed 3 pieces out of each case because there was a back piece and 2 sides. So they needed 3 back pieces and 3 sides. They had to do 3 bathrooms. That was it. So there's 3 pieces missing out of each case. And they said, okay, dump the rest. I said, dump the rest. They said, yeah, throw them in the dumpster. I just overheard this. I'm a carpenter. I don't dump shit. And I said, wait, you're doing what? He said, well, we can't send it back and we're not going to store it at our company. And the job, they had to pay for it, because they didn't order enough or whatever. So they have to pay for it. I said, so you're throwing it away? They said, yeah. I said, well, can I take it? They said, yeah, if you can lift it. So I called my buddy up. I said, bring your truck. I'll pay you. So we lifted box up with a fork truck, put it in the back of his truck, set it down. And they were so heavy, you could only do 1 truck. Terry, what up? Anyone talk to Vinny late? He was supposed to come on here today, bro. So I sent him the email and everything. So I loaded all 3 trucks or all 3 boxes up. I sold the big wide ones because they're like way too big to get in my door. I couldn't even get them down the stairs. So all these, the walls all the way around are done by, I think there's 3 foot 4 or 3'6" by 8 foot. And I cut them down, raised up the bottoms, if the basement ever floods or anything. And now I'm trimming it out. I'm trimming all the, because they got lines just like tile. It's tile walls. If you look at it, my basement walls were cinder block. Now they're all covered in these big, huge tile sheets. So it looks like I had all my walls tiled. Now you have the seams that go up and down that are, they're butted super tight together, but I'm putting these trim strips on it and all on the top, trimming it all in. Everyone will see it I'll be done probably a couple weeks because I did all of it down over there. I finished the walls out, putting it up on the walls. And now I'm doing the trim all the way down and around. So it's done over there. We put all the toys back and everything, and I'm just working my way around. So, but I have to go see my mother again this coming week, probably around Thursday. So I got to go to Pennsylvania again and, just real busy. So, yeah, Terry, I actually talked to Vinny. He texted me like, I don't know, 2 days ago. Or wait, a few days ago, he said, hey, what are you doing? I said, nothing. What are you up to? Let me see if it's on here. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, he said, how you doing? I said, I'm good. You? He said, been worse, been better, just getting out of shit. I said, oh, good hearing from you. I miss you on Saturdays. He said, I'm going to go this Saturday. I said, you want to come on my stream? Because I started doing it at 9 o'clock since you went and started another stream. He said, I'll come on yours. Well, the bad thing is I marked my stream as starting next week, the 25th instead of the 18th. But I messaged him today. He should have known. And but anyways, yeah, no. But yeah, he messaged me. So he's alive, thankfully. But yep, it's all good in the hood. I have 1 tank left. So I'll stay on until this last tank's full because I only do hour streams now. And so everyone that doesn't know, Luke fell and broke his tibia. So the 1 week I missed because we were in the emergency room. But he's in a cast now. I will, Terry. Thank you. He busted the tibia, but it kind of went swirly around like this, kind of like a barber's thing. And so we got him set with the orthopedic surgeon that does the Detroit Red Wings with his crew. And so we took him in. It happened Friday. We took him to the emergency room, and Monday they called and wanted to see him immediately at the orthopedic surgeon because they were afraid that they're going to have to put screws in it. And with the child, they do not want to put screws in it. And so when we took him in there, they said, yeah, let's just wait a couple weeks. It looks okay. And if it's not perfect, we'll knock them out and we'll manipulate it and make sure it's perfect. And then we'll put it in a cast. So when we went to go do his cast, 1 second, we'll go on our last tank. So we went last Thursday, and they took more x-rays of it because he just had this little fiberglass support on. They had it wrapped in ace bandages, and his swelling went down so much you just stick your hand in there, and his leg was moving around. So they checked, and they said, yeah, he's within, I think it was 10 millimeters or so. I don't know. He held up this measuring card, and he said, nope, he's good. We can cast him. And then now in 3 weeks, so it's the 30th, he goes back to get, because his cast comes up over his knee because it's where the break is and the severity of it. They don't want the leg moving below, so they put him in a cast that goes up over the knee. And so they said in 3 weeks they should be able to shorten it, give him a new cast if everything's good and the bones are, going where they want. If not, they can adjust it more. But they said that he should be able to get a cast that goes, just below the knee. So we're hoping on that. So my wife says, if anyone's close by, it needs some work. Yeah, if anyone's close by and they need some side work, let me know. I do house calls. Fish Tropic, yep, it's good seeing you guys in here. I was wondering where Tropic was. Usually Tropic's like, I'll put it sometimes when I remember, because that's what I'm trying to do better at everything. Okay. Before, like, I'm gonna start practicing, but I want to do better thumbnails. But I have to find whatever software that I need to like make to move this, to move that, to edit it, and put goofy stuff in it and stuff. I don't have an issue with that, and with winter coming and stuff, I'll have more time to do that. It's just I have to be educated on how to do it, like what website do you get that won't break the bank, and just like, because for everyone else that didn't know, I just let my store go out. I didn't update the store anymore, so that's gone, because that's what I'm saying. Everything got so small, and now I'm only selling a few things now. So I'm actually looking for an AT&T phone, a cheap AT&T phone. It's got to be 5G or it won't work anymore. But something that because I have extra chips. It's a long story, but I have extra lines for better pricing. And so I have 2 more chips, and all I have to do is stick one in a phone and it'll turn it on. And I'm already paying for it. So I've been looking for like a flip phone. And what I want to do is just give that number out and have it my business number to order, fish and plecos and shrimps and stuff. I would do this phone, my personal phone. But the thing is I can't have it ringing, all day long at work and stuff. I mean, that'd be irritating, that, just me having to check it, because that phone's really just for, my wife and my son and the school and, friends and stuff. But, they don't call all day, so during the day it's just, and I would hate to, have that be, having calls come in that I'm having to stop, look at it, because I don't answer the phone. So when I get this number, it's going to be like leaving messages anyways for me to call you back. So, but yeah, I'm looking for a phone. So Once I get that, then I'll give out the number. It's like I said, I'll give this one. I don't care, but it's just that it's, it's my everyday phone and I have it at work. So if it's going off all the time, it can become, cumbersome after a while. I just don't want to get in the middle of it, and have to be like, oh, hold on. Is it my wife? Is it my son? Is it the school? Did something happen? So I just rather get another phone, and I don't want to pay, a whole bunch of money. So, I mean, if I could find one for, $30 or something that is a 5G and it's a flip phone or something, that's fine. I mean, I don't care if it's a rotary dial. Can you imagine a flip phone that's a rotary dial? How cool would that be? That'd be the best. If they ever sold that, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. There you go, AT&T. Rotary dial flip phone. That'd be hot. They'd be buying it up. Buying it up. Buy that shit. So anybody else in here? Can you who else has water change amounts that they do? At least the sound effect. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, how many what's your percentage of water you change and how often do you change it? Are you a once a weeker? Are you every other weeker? Are you a once a monther? Do you not change water like me? Well, on my shrimp tanks, I do change water. Like I said earlier, my pleco tank, I try to once a week. CPD tank, probably once every 3 to once a month. Shrimp tanks, I don't change water at all. I just top off. I don't add anything to them because they already have all their minerals. And, you figure if you got a 10-gallon tank and 2 gallons evaporates, you're putting 2 gallons of pure water back in, just pure water. I mean, and if you don't have any dead snails and stuff in your tank, you don't have any, any of that crap. What do you need to change water for? I mean, you have plants in there, all the oxygen, all the everything, your filter's running. So you got, the gas is exchanging properly. I mean, yeah, they poop, but it breaks down, you got everything going for you. So why change it? Just top it off, let it evaporate, fill it up, let it evaporate, fill it up. That's all. Yeah, leave a message. Beep. Hey, it would be so cool too, if the flip phone like had one of those stretchy cords on it, like we used to have. You have to pull it off the wall. That's what they need to do. Make a cell phone that is an old rotary dial phone, and you put it on the table. It's got a base. Then you pick it up, and it's a smaller cell phone. It's hooked to a cord like that. That'd be hilarious. The Oscars are once a week, 25 to 50%. Shrimp tanks are once a month, 10%. Pleco tanks, 25% every week. What kind of plecos do you have? Only Oscars? And how many? You say pleco tanks. You don't have just plecos in them, right? Do you have fish in them too? But since they have plecos in them, you change more? Oh, and if my buddy Juan's watching, hi, Juan. My buddy watches. He always says, how do I leave you a message? Leave it at the beep, Holmes. Yeah, it was good seeing her, but wow, my numbers, I got up way higher this week. I just got to learn how to, I got to pay attention, make sure my days are right. Make sure my days are right. Oh, and let everyone to know too. Pat, share it out. Help me get some more viewers because I'm getting close to 1,000. I mean, I'm real close. I'm not far off at all. I think I'm at 960 or no, just short of 960. 957. So I need 43 more subscribers to hit 1,000, and then I'm gonna have a big giveaway. Luke, it was Luke's idea. Give away plecos, give away CPDs. You got to figure at the going rate of plecos these days, those long fins, you're talking $30 plus. That's just for a 1-incher. Adults are $300. So you could be the lucky one. We'll pull some stuff. I mean, I don't know how many we'll give away. Maybe we'll give away some other stuff. I don't know, but I want to do a big giveaway. I mean, it's 1,000. I mean, we've been doing this a long time. And thank you, Chevy Fish. Hey, and but it's gosh, dog, for some reason. Did I even say hello, Chevy Fish? If I didn't, oh yeah, well, I just said what you said. I'm sorry if I didn't say hello. Hello to everyone if I missed you. I just get talking and I see the comments, but I didn't pay attention who it was. Sorry about that. But yeah, we want to do a big giveaway because 1,000's a lot. I mean, that's a lot for everyone that's been riding with us, these years and stuff. I mean, it's incredible. And it's just it's how it is. So, I'm trying to do more than a lot of channels, I'm trying to do more than just say, hey, you can have, well, I won't even go there, but it's the what have you done? What are you trying? What works? And it's I don't know. There's really one guy out there that I could, give it all to. And I don't really care. Well, let's say 2. And I'm not even, I got the one guy's poster right here he signed for me. But, it's all right. It's Lucas Brett's, it's the, I don't know if it's just what, I don't even care. I don't know what you call it. But it's like, but then you look at Father Fish. I mean, okay, this guy, when you first see him and listen to him, you're like, what? Everything you're saying is against everything we've ever been told since we were children. You gotta be just dumb. You're like, 3 beers short of a 6-pack. This guy is loopy. And come to find out, I mean, that guy knows so much. I don't even know how pet stores, fish stores even exist and are able to do what they do when someone like Father Fish, even though he learned from the Wallstead, but these people were doing it. How come every pet store around doesn't? How are they able to sell all this stuff and everyone's just kind of blind to what the truth is? And then before I ever learned who he was, I learned who LRB was. And then when I learned who LRB was, and he said, oh yeah, I don't do, when I first met that dude, or when I first doing his channel, he had filters. And it was like, it just dawned on me. He's just like, and he just had bubblers and stuff, nothing major. And then some just, fizzers and stuff. And then it was just like, next thing you know, it's like he didn't want noise anymore. He just said, you know what? I don't care. Figure it out, Fish. Figure it out. And then next thing you know, the guy's like, yep, ain't got a filter. Not a one. You're like, this guy's a kook. He'll never, ever. And look, I mean, it's just like, so how do you go above and beyond teaching what they've taught? Well, that's where the hard work comes in because, I mean, this guy had a house with 300 tanks, then built a big ass pond outside and then moved, started all over, now he's building another huge, I mean, I would love just to have a pole barn and just build a big, huge fish area and make a ton of videos off of it. But I'm not Lucas Bratz. So I ain't got it like that. But, so it's, I have to work. I have to put in time to, to be able to try to give information that maybe he's not giving right now. Maybe he's given before, or maybe he just hasn't given yet. But I have to, come up, show that, hey, look, I don't do water. I just top off. Well, I don't think he does either, except on his big tank, say he has a lot of fish in, like me with these ones up here, especially the pleco tank. They poop a lot. But, with 2 guys that I really respect that are on there, I mean, there's another one, but I don't know. I don't want to pat everyone's back and fluff everyone's feathers, but there's one more that's been around, and I know you guys all know who he is, but it's I don't know. It's I just like to bring information to everyone that they go, oh wow, that's cool, or hey, that sounds really informational, or that's that sounds like a really good idea. That's what I want. And I want to have stuff to where when you get in or come on the channel, you're like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to start doing my phone again, putting it on tanks. I'll have more than one camera on. Like I used to do 3 cameras, so I'm going to start doing more. I'll like have one on the saltwater tank, have one over here on the Pleco tank. I'm going to start doing more. I got to get a new camera because I see the line over here, whether you guys see it or not. Don't teach. Is there really new things to say about aquariums? It's all been done before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has all been done before. But the thing, if I don't know that it's been done before, and I just figure it out myself, then it's kind of like, ooh, I got something new. But it is good to say, I mean, those guys are where they're at because they did it first. So it is what it is. But I just think I'm cooler. That's all. I look better with short hair. I mean, it's all I got to say. Both of them. Father Fish cut his hair off. Yeah, he ain't got none of this. He ain't got it. I beat them both. Now, long hair, they got me. So that's why I don't grow my hair. Yeah, looking at aquariums are nice. I don't know. The saltwater tanks really, it's really it's really made a place in my heart. It does. There's just something about that to see the little tentacles that come out of this stuff and all this and everything. It's pretty amazing. Me and the wife sit down here and Luke, and we sit and watch it all the time. And it's, I don't know. It's really cool to go from something like this, that everything's alive, but you can't like feed a plant like a leaf on a plant. When in there, we could stick a piece of food in an anemone or anything in there, and it'll close around it and it'll consume it. And it's like, holy crap, how cool is that? So I mean, it's a whole nother life, but it's cool to finally have one. I have a 40 gallon Nuvo all in one. I'll never get a bigger tank, saltwater. And I mean, that's just it. We just fill it up with a ton of corals, softies and bubble corals, bubble anemones. We have one big anemone that clownfish just both live. Man, they go nuts in that thing. But, it's just a beautiful tank. It's a lot of work. That light on there grows algae like you wouldn't believe. So you have to clean it like every other day. Nothing like this, but it grows a lot of algae. Yeah. Yeah, it's saltwater is something else. But yeah, it's when I was a kid, my father got a 10-gallon tank and he put goldfish in it. And he put it right next to his chair. Now back then he had a steel stand. They had like the top on it was, I mean, the stand was just a hair. I mean, maybe a quarter inch bigger than the tank all the way around. It's super heavy duty steel. It's like out of pot metal. And on the top, it had like a reddish orange mat. It was like a rubbery plastic. And then a tank went on it. And it was a 10-gallon tank and he had goldfish on there. And I said, why do you get that? And he said, because it's relaxing. He would just sit there and look at it. He had the TV on, but all the lights off in the living room, and he'd just stare at these goldfish. So as we grew up, the goldfish kind of moved out. We got other fish, and then I got a real catfish from up north. I got him out he was just a little baby. I scooped him out of the water with a styro cup, and actually caught about 30 of them in a styrofoam cup. A lot of people don't know what styrofoam is, at least the cups, and brought it home and grew them to about, I don't know, maybe 8 inches. I'd feed them earthworms. That was his food. I put about 10 of them in there. They burrow in the rocks, and when he would want one, he'd dig through the gravel, grab one, and eat it. And he got big quick, and so we went and let him go in the lake, me and my dad. So, it just something me and my dad did when I was little, and it always stuck with me. So, and my wife enjoys it. Luke likes it. It's not like he cleans tanks, but my wife sit down here and stare at tanks. She'll clean it. She'll stick her hand in there and move stuff around. She'll pull shrimp for me if somebody orders, or plecos, or the store calls and needs stuff. She'll fill the order for me while I'm doing stuff, and I just come home and get it and take it, you know. So she don't have a problem with it. A lot of people say, boy, you're lucky. Your wife, she likes doing the same thing you do. I said, well, it's the whole reason we got married, because we like the same stuff. So I'm not going to marry somebody that doesn't like the shit I do. What the hell are we together for? Yeah, she is a good wife. Yeah, I got lucky. I got real lucky. Yeah, I could have rolled snake eyes. I got lucky. But see, I met my wife when I was 19 when we met. And then, you know, she went to the Army, stuff like that. So then she can't, you know, she had her life while she was gone because she went to Germany. So it wasn't like we could, you know, stay together. So when she went away, you know, she lived her life. I lived my life. And then years later, we got back together. So, yeah, we met when we were kids. We've known each other for a long, long time. So I knew I wanted to marry her when I was 19. So it was just, she was already signed up to go into the Army when we met. Well, actually, we met before we started dating. We knew each other for a while. So, but okay, well, that last tank is full. I have to shut it off, but that'll end our stream. I'm a half hour over, which is just fine. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who came and hung out tonight. I really appreciate it. My numbers got up a little more. Might have been even more if I would have dated my stream properly. But thank you very much. And hopefully I earned your subscription today. And if you have not hit the subscribe button, please hit that button, thumbs up, and share it out. We're almost to 1,000. We're only 43 away. So if you can get, you know, friends, family, cousins, brothers, nephews, uncles, fake other channels that you have or other names, please go over and click them for me. If you belong to a fish community, or you know, where you go trade fish and stuff all the time, ask them to all come and sign up. Like I said, we once we hit 1,000, we're going to give away plecos, longfin super red bristlenose. They're just not, you know, $2 plecos. They're $30 plecos. So, and then we'll do some CPDs, maybe some high-end shrimps, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, it's we're almost there. We've been oh, she got lucky too. We've been doing this for a long time, and you know, it's been a very happy amount of years we've been doing it. So it's just you know, I have a lot of fun doing it. As you see, Mama's on here. She goofs off. She likes it all. She wants to do, well, we were talking about her doing her own stream at one time for some stuff, but all right. Thank you, everyone. We will be here again next Saturday, every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So please tell your friends to come over, check us out, and hit that subscribe button, because we're really excited about getting there. So thank you very much, and see you next time. All right. Bye. Take care.